Hello, I'm Paddy, this is Sewing for Boys. I've just recently bought a power saw which seems to involve lots of crawling around on the ground to operate it. It's one of those push along a track ones, and it's playing havoc with my knees. I keep kneeling on things that are painful. So I thought I need to get some knee pad things, and rather than buy a load of plastic knee pad things which I won't be using every day or even every week, I thought I'd look up on the internet and look for some ideas, and sure enough, you can make your own. Basically, they're just like a sort of squashy bag with some padding that you attach to your knee. I can make that, and it just so happens I've got some leftovers. You might have seen my trouser taking in video recently, where I've taken in my trousers. Took this one in a little bit too much, it's a bit hard to get on and off. And I did one pair of trousers that I totally ruined, so I had to cut the legs off and turn them into shorts. Well, I've already got a kind of tube here, which I can sew up the other ends and make a bag. So there's my bag. As for the padding, everybody's got millions of leftover plastic bags that they don't use. This is a load of ripped up polythene, which is sort of bags that have been reused so much that they're no use, they don't use bags anymore. So that'll make a good padding. I'm lucky enough to have some neoprene, which is left over from something else I did, which is going to be the front part, could be the back part if it works better for you, of the knee pads, to add a bit of extra squashy protection between the bags and the ground and the fabric and everything. So I'm going to use a bit of that. You might find an extra bit of extra strong fabric, maybe a piece of food carton might work well, or some polystyrene, depending on what kind of kneeling things you're going to be kneeling on. If you'd like to be kneeling on something sharp, like drawing pins or nails, maybe a piece of polystyrene would be good. It would stop the nails going through and into your knee. Or even a piece of wood, world's your oyster. And to strap it on, leftover inner tube from bicycles is superb stuff. If you're not a cyclist and don't have a load of totally ruined inner tubes which you've repaired 5 or 6 times and they just won't stay up anymore, then go to a cycle shop. I'm sure they'll have some leftover inner tubes they can give you, because you can cut that into strips and make a thing to attach it to your leg which is nice and stretchy, and a lot better than the elastic you'll buy in a needlework shop. After a few years in the sun, elastic just loses its elasticity and is absolutely useless, and you've got to replace it. I've made one knee already, and I'm going to make the second one now. So first I'm going to cut the piece of trouser into roughly the right size. Bear in mind I'm going to lose a bit of the edges because I'm going to be sewing that up and sewing this side up as well, so it's going to be a little bit smaller, the actual padding, than this, so cut it slightly bigger than you need maybe. Or you might want to do a kind of super long one to kind of go from the top above your knee to down below your knee. You could do arm pads as well, why not? So I'm going to cut this to about the right size to fit inside. And that can go in there. In fact, not yet. I'm going to sew up one edge, and I've turned this inside out, so all these seam bits are going to be on the inside, because I'm going to sew across the bottom, turn it inside out, put all the bags in, and carry on from there. All this can be hand sewn if you don't have a sewing machine, but I just find hand sewing so tiresome that I prefer to use a machine when I can. So I'm going to do a fairly tight stitch to make this fairly strong. Go forward a bit and then back a bit to start it off so it doesn't get loose, and then I can run up the whole length. And at the end I go backwards again a bit. And that's that one. I've just discovered my sewing machine's got this little, you can't see it in the shop, there's a little sharp bit up here which is designed for cutting off the thread. I never knew that until today. That's amazing. Doesn't cut it off very neatly, so if I have to re-thread the needle again, I have to actually cut that with some decent scissors to get a decent edge on it to put through the hole, but still it's useful. So that's my thing there, and I'll turn the whole bag inside out. That actually looks like a kind of proper bag, really. Not that bad. Now, to make sure this bag stays on my knee, I'm going to use this rubbery stuff from the inner tube, but it's going to have to. I'm not going to stitch it on, because if I were to stitch on a strip of this, then this bit would all be stitched and unable to stretch, and all the stretch would have to be just this end bit here, which really wouldn't be enough stretch to move it. So instead, I'm going to cut a little slot here in each corner, at the bottom and the top, and then the elastic will run through inside and come out the other end, so the whole length of it can stretch, and I'll have all the benefit of the stretchy rubber. So I'll snip this into 2 strips. Make it a little bit longer than you think you might need, because it's worse when you make it too short. So there are my 2 strips, which will go around my legs. So now it's time to cut little holes, which I've forgotten to do. So that can be done. It doesn't have to be too exact, this. Let's snip that there. Enlarge it a bit if it's too small. The other corner. Oh, it's got to be vertical, hasn't it? That's it. So it's going to be like that. And do the same at the top. Not too close to the top, or it might just rip open. Which way's vertical? That way's vertical. And confused between vertical and horizontal. That's it. And these are actually all on one side. They're not right at the edges, because this bit here is going to be where all the padding is, and this bit here is going to be around your knee. If that makes sense. Now these are kind of like buttonholes, effectively. And if I was not as lazy as I am, I would stitch around the edge of these. But since this is a kind of artificial fabric, I'm just going to be really lazy and just scorch the edges of this, which will also stop it fraying. Yeah, let's make that a bit. Okay. Mind your hands. And make sure there's some good ventilation when you're doing this. Yeah, that's kind of worked. I'd recommend putting your rubber strips through the holes before you do your stuffing. Just makes it easier. And certainly do it before you stitch up everything, because otherwise it'll be really hard. This is pretty much the same way the elastic in your boxer shorts works. That's not stitched in, it's all goes through a little tube like this, so the whole thing can stretch. You could make a kind of interesting loincloth out of that, couldn't you? Or a thong or something. But yeah, let's not go into that. To attach these behind your knee, I've got some press studs, or poppers as they're called in various different countries. Okay, neoprene's in, straps are in, so now I just need to put in all the plastic bags. Okay, that's filled up nicely. Now I just need to stitch up this remaining edge. A real professional would fold these inwards and use a bent needle so you get a nice neat seam like that, which would look very much like this seam on this side. I'm not a nice neat professional, they don't need to look nice, so I'm just going to stitch along the top from the outside. I will try and stop these bits of stuff sticking out. Go in, go in. Right. Well, that's kind of worked. Not the neatest bit of work I've ever done. I think the first one worked out better, and lots of threads hanging everywhere because my sewing went a bit awry. But this will go nicely with the one I've made already, which worked out a lot better. And here's a shot of it in action. Happy sewing, and thanks for watching.